What is cracking internet and welcome to Raz TV. I'm your host Raz and today, as you can probably tell, we're going to be playing some Overlord. For those of you who are not familiar with this 2007 Codemaster classic, I'd probably describe Overlord as a sort of Lord of the Rings spoof, with the key difference being that you get to play as the big bad guy who runs around wreaking havoc and general cartoon violence upon a seemingly peaceful and idyllic world. Rather than get too much into explaining, however, I'm just going to jump right in and play the game. So here we go. Bottom right there, you can see one of our minions on what appears to be a minion sigil. I'm obviously going to start a new game and set the difficulty to normal, because we're all just here for a bit of fun. Overwrite my previous save, that was just a test run, but let's play for real this time. There's our minion again. And here comes the start of the game. As you can see, we appear to be in a sarcophagus. We've started the game dead, which is not great, but hopefully we'll improve from here. As you can see, we are having acid rubbed in our eyes to freshen us up. I can't imagine that's doing the job it's intended to be doing, but I will. And look at that armor. That is the definition of badassery. And finally, the helmet and the glowing eyes. You know he's evil. You can see he's evil. All right, let's get moving. It's very nice to meet you, Null. And these little brown guys around us are the minions, our little force of darkness. So this is basically just the tutorial stage of the game. As you can see here, we've got our spawning pit and our little brown minions stacked around. Noel himself is a brown minion, fun fact. And he's a very fun guard in the game. Okay, I'm going to summon some of these guys now. They do look keen. They do look excited to get going, as are we. I definitely do. I am certainly one for tutorials. No matter how pointless, I always think it's important to get in and see where it starts. All right, come on, little buddies. Let's get up here and practice. Here's our jester, our malcontent jester. Obviously wasn't at the initial raising, the initial acid rubbing, so clearly he's not very involved. We'll find out his deal in a second. See that? Already talking shit. You can tell that this guy does not respect his newly appointed manager. So what we're about to do is we're about to exercise some human resourcing in an Overlord fashion. As you can see, he's not taking us seriously. But we're going to make him take us seriously because we're the Overlord, and that's what the Overlord does. Sorry about the keyboard clicks. Hopefully not too loud. I'll work on that in time, but at the moment, I'm just going to fucking play. All right, so that was just random swinging. Now we're actually going to lock on. Now we're focused. Now we're ready for discipline. And he knows what he's done, but he's not willing to take responsibility yet. We're going to keep doing this until he does. Fucking call me a dead badger. He's not going to let this go. Best way to get to a disgruntled employee, turn the team against them. I do not condone that kind of behavior, but it does appear to be working in this particular situation. Right, come back. All of you. That fart noise is particularly disrespectful, and I'm particularly offended by it. So we're going to sweep them up to him, because they can't work it out themselves. Bless their souls, they're cute, they're brown, but they're none too bright. So we'll path the route for them. And here he comes, they're going to chase him down. Yeah, he's coming. Come to me. Come to me. Oh, got another sweep. Got to path him back. Okay, okay. We'll chase him down. It's coming. It's coming. I'm ready for another swing, but for the time being, let's just get them up to him. I think we can get them up here. Or let's try at least. That grass, yes. Yes. There they go. And there he goes. And here he comes. And we're ready. And that's all it takes. The initiation for a new Overlord is to bash one of your soldiers. I believe that is how the Romans train their soldiers. No idea there. I learned that from Fallout, but anyway, that's not important. Let's do some further smiting, shall we? See that? Now he's learned his lesson. We know he's learned his lesson. But it's important to make sure he's not a repeat offender. Punishment cannot always stop at the point someone is willing to admit their wrongdoing. Because sometimes they're just going to say what you want them to hear. They haven't really learned their lesson. He's going to learn his lesson. But anyway, I'm getting kind of bored of this now, so let's go back down and start the actual game. Following Noel, and there's our little minion sigil again with our little dancing minion. And here's the Dark Tower, our seat of power. And it is looking particularly shitty at the moment. But hey, I don't have a throne room, so I'll take it, you know. May not be great, but it's ours, and that's what's important. I really do like the architecture in this game. I do think it seems a lot like Lord of the Rings-esque. Not too close to be identical, but close enough to have those undertones. Damn straight. Right. Our tattered banners. Banners? Banners. We'll work on that as we go on. And this is our tower portal. A swirling pool of teleportation, I guess. It's kind of weird because I don't think in any of the other games they use liquid as a portal. Oh, and look, our jester has learned respect. You see that? His little red icon has gone to green because he knows who his Overlord is now. But we're still going to make sure he remembers. But anyway, never mind that. Let's get to the real smiting. Here we are. Beautiful, lush, and verdant. Oh, look at the little sheepies. They're very sweet. Don't get too attached to them, though. They're not going to be around for long. Awesome. Thank you for that, Noel. I don't really understand why exactly we have to define minions by the color of their skins. I prefer that just all minions were included, and treated equally. But for some reason, we segregate them by color. I'm not about that lifestyle, just so everyone knows. But for the purposes of this game, we'll just deal with it. Right. So these sheep here, which I mentioned earlier not to get attached to, I'm afraid this is the point that we get rid of them. I do apologize for this. Again, I do not condone animal violence. But with an army like this, an army hell-bent on destruction, there's going to be a little bit of killing involved. So if you're squeamish of that, this might not be the video for you. Also, a ruthless army is a hungry army. And that's something we got to deal with. You can see the little yellow orbs popping out of them as we go along. That's our life force, and that's going to let us summon more browns. Oh, there's some there. Extra bit. Obviously killed a sheep off screen. That's fine. They can do that. Probably better. Right, great. As you can see, urns there. We're going to send the minions through to smash them up. And look, they did yield something beneficial, just as promised. What are the odds? We got some axes, some little helmets. Perfect. To be honest, I don't know who put those urns there. I don't know why those urns would be there, but hey, I'm not going to complain about free loot. Now, obviously, this pillar needs 5 minions to move it. We only have 3. Luckily, we killed all those sheep, harvested all that life force, so we can summon an extra 2. And this basically sums up what the game is about. Summoning enough minions to move pillars. They don't appear to be getting what I want them to. Ah, there we go. They're moving it. Fantastic. Smashing the mushrooms up. Mushrooms don't stop no overlord. And here is a farmer who appears to have been made into a scarecrow. The pumpkins and the halflings seem to have got the better of him. Now, I know that thing about pumpkin ice cream is a joke, although I have had sweet potato ice cream before, and it was pretty good. I'd be keen to try some pumpkin ice cream if it was done right. You saw the halfling there. As I said, a lot like Lord of the Rings, he certainly had a bit of a Frodo-esque look to him, if a little bit fatter and a little bit angrier. We're just going to bash our way through these pumpkins toward him. As you can see there, 2 of our minions have popped the pumpkins on their heads, and that's great. I love the quirky little outfits that these guys get. We don't have to beat up the sunflowers here, but we're going to anyway. Now let's send these little guys into Bob's farm and get Mr. Baggins out. Here he comes. Does he come? Did they kill him? No. There they come. Are we done? No. Oh, there he is. Fuck you, Frodo. Take it, bitch. And look, Bob's super happy. You're welcome, Bob. The thing is, and this is probably going to need to come across as a bit of a disclaimer, you do have good and evil choices in Overlord. And being the Overlord, I don't plan to make the good ones. So although we've helped Bob over here, we're not gonna stand for his insolence. And as far as an Overlord is concerned, his life is insolence. So sorry if you didn't like that. That is our first evil deed, though. And that's how we're going to play the game. Because we're the Overlord. Once again, we have a bunch of oddly placed vases or vases up here. I have no idea who's putting these vases everywhere. It seems like the most precarious place to get to. But somehow, someone has made the trek across that dangerously situated log and put those vases there in a place where anybody else who made that track could get to them. It really does not seem the best means of vase storage, shall we say. Oh, looks like we got some enoki mushrooms here. We're going to send our minions to smash those up for no particular reason. Oh, and some more sleeping halflings. Fantastic. That means more life force. I guess we didn't have to kill the sheep after all. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're filled with evil energy. If you know what I'm saying. I don't think that makes sense, but we are. And there's some more pumpkins and our beautiful tower heart. Look at that swirling glow of arcane energy. That's awesome. I love it. Grows pumpkins for some reason. Who knows why? I don't. But you know, apparently that's the situation. Grows minions and pumpkins. Maybe that pumpkin-minion relation joke was not so much of a joke after all. Alright, grab the heart, buddies. Let's get that back home. Oh, see that? Just like I said earlier, a pillar, but it requires 10 minions. We only have 5. This game is basically just a string of immovable objects. And here we have this wall. Now, if you look at this wall comparative to everything else around, I know there's a lot of runes in this idyllic little world, but what is it? Like, what was that wall doing there? It seems like this wall has just been placed here for us to have a bridge. But whatever, I'll go with the fantasy. There we go. Knocking it down. Boom. And look at that. We've made a bridge. And look, also, I'm no evil overlord in reality, but I personally could have got across this stream without the help of that wall. Just saying. Come on, Noel. Be nice to the employees. They've done great today, and they're all getting raises. In the sense that, well, they'll be raised next time I need them from the pit. Fantastic, we got the tower heart back. Awesome. So we've completed our first objective. We've killed Bob, and I think that's probably a good place to leave it. I'll just head back to the tower, and we'll see if much has changed there. There's our minion again. Awesome. Look at that. Our glowing orb situated back in our dark tower. A vital role. I hope you all heard that. Oh shit, and we're drowning it. Fuck. Someone dropped it in the water. Okay, there it goes. Brought it back. And once again it is gone as quickly as it came. We will miss it dearly. A rock! Well, that's fucking awesome. I love that. And that's even better. Coincidentally, just enough to move that pillar. I mean, you make the connections for yourselves. And we got a spell. The fireball spell. And there's nothing that says Overlord like a bit of fire. Alright. I will find more of those objects. Yeah. Well, it does look pretty shit at the moment, I've got to be honest. Not particularly great for a Dark Overlord. I mean, I like the ruined aesthetic, but I'm really keen to get some of this stuff moved out and looking badass. But anyway, now that we've got the tower heart back, we're going to leave it there. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to let me know with a big old thumbs up. And I might just make another one. But until then, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.